Beginning in standing mountain pose, begin to reach your arms above the head. Waking up the body is gentle. When you're ready, begin to forward fold, heart reaching out in front of you, and meet me in downward facing dog. Just begin to intuitively notice how the body feels. Notice how the ground feels beneath your hands and feet. And just start to pedal your feet, lifting your left leg up into three-legged downward dog, and then bending the knee back down towards the ground and switching sides. Begin to lift the opposite leg, three-legged downward dog, and then gently releasing and bringing the left leg all the way through into low crescent pose. In a variation, twisting the upper torso, reaching the right hand up above the sky and bringing it back down to the earth. Placing hands on either side of your feet and pushing back out into downward facing dog. Trying to remember that downward facing dog is a resting pose, but now we're bringing it back into active pose by lifting the one leg and bringing it through to low lunge just for a moment here. Adjusting, dropping into that right hip and opening up upper torso, twisting, variation of crescent pose here, dropping onto the right knee and feeling that beautiful opening sensation by making big circles with the arm above the head. And then readjusting and pulling back into downward facing dog. When you're ready, start to roll the body like a wave into upward facing dog. And then release the feet, flat tops of the feet on the earth, and really reach back. This may be inviting to the animals around you. So now I want you to drop to your knees and lean back in a child's pose and give a little love. You have a little beautiful animal near you that needs a little love, like I do. I love my little Lammy and Coda. That's the golden retriever. And when you're ready, pop back up, hips to the sun, in downward facing dog, little pup belly rub. And when you're ready, dropping to your left arm and pulling up into side angle pose. This is very challenging on the body. So if you need a variation, please drop that lower knee. Other than that, drop onto that left hip and reach around and open up. This feels so good and expansive. And then move back up through that same side angle pose and drop the upper leg backwards behind you this time and into rock star asana. And when you're ready, moving back through downward facing dog and dropping to the other side, right side angle pose, arm directly above the shoulders, and then dropping through into rock star position. And then gently meeting yourself back through downward facing dog. Bringing the right foot all the way through into high lunge or warrior two, dropping that back foot to a 45-degree angle from the edge of the back mat. And reverse warrior asana shall come through just intuitively, dropping that left arm behind you to reach for the right hip, and then reversing into side angle the nice, clean, beautiful line from hips to fingertips. If you'd like, you can join me and drop your right hand to the floor and reverse into downward facing dog. Lifting that opposite left leg and bringing it through, adjusting and pulling into warrior two, of course. Opposite side this time. Noticing the foot, drop of the heel, 45-degree angle. Noticing the very strong and active lower body and soft and gentle upper body. Begin to notice the birds. And reach forward, dropping into side angle pose again, opposite side. Left elbow to left knee. Nice long line from the hips to the fingertips, and then roundabout into a forward fold. Really reaching for the head towards the ground. This will be very helpful. As you begin to lower the head towards the ground, I really want you to press into the ground with your hands and start to adjust, maybe bringing your elbows down and walking your legs out as we're moving into headstand. Now, this may not be available for you, and that's okay. But from this position, you begin to really support the body with the hands at the top of the triangle above the head and the elbows out underneath the shoulders. And you use this like a tripod with your head. And you walk your feet towards your knees towards your elbows, and then you begin to activate the stomach and pull the legs up off the ground. And when you're ready, begin to lift up into gate pose, reaching the arms above the head, starting to press through the hips, and reach back, left arm to left ankle in half camel pose. This is a very intuitive response to the last pose we just did. And begin to bend over and reach right hand to right ankle, half camel pose. It's very interesting how animals are attracted to certain positions. It's like it's available for them to notice when a position may be more inviting for a belly rub. And when you're ready, pull your toes under, lean back, move into a Buddha squat. And then, like a rocket, stand up, press the balls into the mat, and lift. Reaching, arching mountain, tuck the tailbone, and then swan dive forward into a forward fold as we begin to settle ourselves for Shavasana. First, we're going to rise up into chair position, build a little bit more bandha, and then bring that into our balancing pose, standing all the body weight on the right leg and lifting the left knee. You may want to roll out the ankles here. And then begin to gently forward fold into warrior three. Pressing through the heel, keeping the standing leg bent, and finding a drishti, a focus point, is all very helpful. And then opening up into half moon pose by dropping forward, dropping the left hand to the mat, and opening up towards the sun. Coming back into neutral position, or Utkatasana, chair-seated pose. And doing the opposite side, where we begin to stand and balance the body weight on the opposite leg, the left leg this time. And then gently pulling hip to heel and hinging forward into warrior three. Keeping that right knee bent. Finding a drishti. And then lowering the hands to the mat and opening up on the right side into half moon pose. And when you're ready, again, finding neutral position, reverse swan diving straight up and bringing that energy into your heart. Namaste.